The awesome Traxxas Desert Racer. Wow. One of the nice things about this truck is just the massive suspension travel. I mean, it just, you know, massive travel. I'm going to do some mods to it that may not work out, or they may work great. I'm going to try to make this thing a little more stable in the turns by limiting the downward travel. I'm going to do some adjustments in the front shocks with those spacers inside the shocks, and these are Tekno Shocks rear springs. And what I've done is I actually have an internal or a additional spring inside. This way, as the truck is running, it's going to run at this range right here, or this range right here. And when it hits this, it's like a secondary spring, which should help keep the back end from bottoming out so much. Whether it works or not, we're going to find out. Body's off, and I'm going to start with the easiest part here. I'm going to take the shock off, the one with no spring, and replace it with these. That should limit the down travel and give me a lot more spring rate, which should help this thing actually handle better under power and launching jumps. As you can see, there is quite a bit of difference in length, and that length at that point right there will limit my downward travel or droop. Just wanted to show you guys real quick before I actually install it. I just took a piece of round stock nylon, 1/4 inch, drilled a hole in it, stuck it into a drill, and filed it down so it fit these shocks nice and snug. I mean, that's going to work. This is actually how much droop the shorter shock is removing. So definitely it's going to be some difference there. So there they are in position, bolted in. Hopefully you can see this inside spring travel with the shock body. And it doesn't engage until right about there. At that point, it starts engaging. Still have full compression. It's just quite a bit stiffer, and I'm thinking that's going to make the truck handle a little bit better. It may not absorb, you know, the ruts and all that stuff like it does in stock form, but this may actually perform better on a track, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Now it's time to get to the front. The front shocks are off, and the way I'm going to limit the droop on this truck is by simply putting those inside under the piston. Those are 1/2 inch long. We'll see if this gives the droop that I'm after. Here you can see the difference in the shock shaft travel. It's about 1/2 inch, right? So, yeah, it should limit the front droop quite a bit. And for shock oil, I just went with some 45 weight Team Losi Racing shock oil. It's what my local hobby shop has, so that's what I went with. And that's pretty much the difference here. What it'll have on the truck, we'll all find out soon enough. I'm going to go ahead and do these other two non-spring shocks and get everything evened up and put back on. With the shocks in place, with the 1/2 inch spacers inside of them, I still have this much droop on the front end. And this is actually pretty nice, and I'll explain why. With the full droop that this truck can have, you actually max out your CVDs because it drops so far down, and then you have turning on top of that. And those angles do interfere with each other. So this right here should actually run smoother, give me better CVD life, and still has plenty of down travel. And it's got a lot. Not like it's hurting for travel, even with the 1/2 inch spacers. And I did end up with 75 weight in these shocks right here. In these shocks, 45 weight like I showed you, 75 in these shocks. And in all honesty, it feels like I could have went a little bit thicker on oil. But we'll go ahead and give this a drive and see what it does. I wasn't able to get to a track, but I do have some sand, some dirt, and have the sand tire still on it. So let's go have some fun. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video because I enjoyed making it. Out there bashing around like that, the suspension done fine, but I really think it would have been better had it had the full suspension travel. That was not a track, I mean not even close to a track, but I do feel this suspension will work better on a track. And hopefully I can get out and actually get that footage for you soon. And hopefully my buddy will have his UDR, possibly my other friends with his Super Baja Ray. I may even have my Super Baja Ray, so I can really get some footage of this thing out there, hopefully hanging with everybody else. So I really like these sand tires, man. If you can get sand tires, get them. Things are just awesome. So, but anyway, that was my video with the suspension tuning that I just did. It is better for tracks, I believe, because I haven't actually been to the track yet. But for bashing around like that, keep the full suspension. I really think it'll do you better. Thanks for watching, guys.